From a theoretical perspective, the return of the ancient Buddha can be discussed in 4 aspects. There are many other meanings, but we'll skip over them. Making offerings is essential. The Buddha is the ideal human, a perfect person with wisdom and virtue, role models, teachers. They possess great wisdom. We should build our offerings. They are role models, offer for blessings. So we should build our offerings. When we make offerings to him, it brings us blessings. It is appropriate to accept offerings from both humans and heavenly beings. What's the third signal? It's about political upheaval. Govern. He knows everything. He understands the changes correctly without error. How could there be mistakes in the Buddha's teachings? Not only does it change, but the correct changes it knows are without a hint of error. How could there be errors in all the teachings and scriptures spoken by the Buddha? If there are any errors, they are likely due to later generations altering them according to their own interpretations. Leads to errors. So the scriptures have been passed down for thousands of years until today through translation. This was a script. It's certain it's that there are lay people who not get it right. We all know that doing this work now is quite challenging. Even if you find that there might be a word in the scriptures that isn't quite right, that has an error. This part has issues and definitely shouldn't be changed. If you find it, you can live next to it. The small pillar lives next to it, and the language and text cannot follow. What's the reason? If I think this is not right, I will change it. If you think that is not right, you can also change it. Well, after a few decades, this classic will be completely unrecognizable. It's barely legible. Even if there are errors, they shouldn't be changed or noted. You, the great masters of old, doing it this way is really good. If they find a typo, they might think about what that character could be, or what it should be, and they just stay beside it. Don't change text. 2. Indeed, keep its original form intact forever. Building a career. This is a responsible approach to history and to all sentient beings. We should learn. This coup system, people of the world, generally religious folks praise God. Omniscient and omnipotent, omnipotent. Continuing, God is not omniscient and omnipotent. Buddha is omniscient and omnipotent. Who is the Buddha? The Buddha is our own true heart and nature. Our true heart and nature is truly omniscient and omnipotent. Because pure void and transformed realm are all from the mind's nature. How could he not know? How could he fail? So this is a perfectly reasonable statement. If our own mind nature is fully revealed, it's fully revealed. Starting back, the entire universe, both past and future, is indeed truly transformed. This is not a lie. Clearly a tribe. Efficiency complex. Aim is wisdom. Form represents practice and study. Both are complete. This is speaking in the vernacular of Buddhism. Nature complete. Wisdom, cultivate nature, Bodhisattva. The actions of nature are what we cultivate. When there's no completeness, we call a Bodhisattva complete, and then they become a Buddha. This is complete understanding and practice. That's the solution. This action is about practice. That's the perfection of action. Master. This phrase refers to the often mentioned unassisted nirvana in the Mahayana scriptures. Unassisted nirvana is indeed a good thing. Why that? What he mean? Not clinging to life and death, not clinging to nirvana. That's what we call goodness. Repetition. All birth and death is not good. Dietary therapy, AIDS. Not good. The nirvana of the two vehicles is also not good. Non-action doesn't serve purpose. Buddha and Bodhisattvas on the mountain. Don't cling to either life or death or nirvana. Now that's what we really call a good deed. Yeah. Not clinging to nirvana. That's why he manifests as water and tears. One should use the voice. That helps them believe. Not clinging to life and death. Liberating sentient beings. Liberating all sentient beings. Not a speck of dust on it. The heart is completely clean and clear. Sit without sitting, sit without sitting. Detach from forms, don't cling to life and death. Understand, not clinging is nirvana and not dwelling in nirvana. Not clinging to life and death is dwelling in nirvana. Not dwelling in nirvana is dwelling in life and death. He doesn't cling to either. Side synced. It's really called nirvana on Tathagata's ground. Life and death, not clinging, understanding the world. Understanding this world, yeah. A small scale flow path. If we expand a bit more, the realm of ideas becomes even larger, and that's the world beyond this one. Even the Buddha knows about the pure void and the changing realms, yeah. Not a thing he doesn't get. That's why it's called the World Festival. The 5 teachers. Scholars, esteemed thinkers. In times, what was said about them? Reading books and gaining understanding. Among scholars, there's no one higher or more esteemed than them. Today, when we talk about intellectuals, they've really reached the pinnacle of achievement. There's no one higher than him. The title of regulating husband. Guiding beings, crossing the bridge, convenience there. The Buddha has wisdom, ability, and skillful means to tame the hearts of sentient beings. Can help sentient beings. Cutting off, evil grow good, controlling. Husband. Greatness. The meaning of a great man. It's like the meaning of the two words a hero. NATO can't do it, but he can. This makes a great man. It regulates the organs. Able to unite 9 realms. Helping them awaken. Helping them cut off their troubles. Helping them talk about life and death and transcend the 3 realms to become Buddhas and take charge. Buddha has kind of ability. This is based on virtue and ability. When heavenly beings die, it's a personal matter, a private offense. All the heavenly beings speak of one heaven, which encompasses the 6 realms and the 10 Dharma realms. It refers to beings in 6 realms. The 10 Dharma realms are for all sentient beings. The word Buddha. Everyone is clear and understands A. It's Sanskrit from India. Transliterated. It means awakening. It includes awakening and help others awaken. Self-awakening and helping others to awaken. These are complete. Just seeking self-awakening without helping others is like a minor servant, an arhat. Self-awakening and helping others to awaken, that's a Bodhisattva. If both self-awakening and helping others to awaken are complete, that's called a Buddha. That's the meaning of Buddha. How know if I've hit completeness? The Bodhisattva says that self-awakening can be complete. But if there are still many beings who haven't been saved, how can he be complete? You need to understand this whole. A Bodhisattva awakens, helping themselves awaken. We often say, hey, that teachers teach students, and through teaching, both learn and grow. When does completeness happen? In the process of teaching. Even though we haven't been studying for long, hey. In the past 10 or 20 years, there must be some experiences. If we can get some students, and those who have questions, to help us, it would be a huge help. There are some big questions people don't ask, and they never thought about them. When he asks, that's when we think of it. Hey, have a look, see if you have any wisdom. If you've got wisdom, answer. If not, better hurry, find some resources. Go get advice from others. Helping oneself. So teaching really does lead to mutual growth, eh? A Bodhisattva needs to cut off the delusions of the world and eliminate the dust-like afflictions breaking through the fundamental ignorance. Not relying on all beings. If he can't help himself, there's no way he can help others. So in the process of teaching, everyone helps him to open his wisdom and to cut off his afflictions. Only then can he attain the supreme enlightenment, which is what we call completeness. He can only achieve completeness himself before he can help all beings reach completeness. People can be saved through connections. Buddha doesn't save those without connections. So this completeness in saving beings lets him help others equally awakened. That's what we call completeness. As he become Buddha. Bodhisattva incomplete, 10 grounds red, not 9th, many lack connection. If not Buddha, can teach all, half a moon. They don't come together. To transform him into someone who doesn't wish to become a Buddha means he has the ability to teach all beings. And that's what we call a half a moon. Talking. About this, the idea of rectangular completeness means this. He can help people at the same level of awakening. Then it means there's nothing he can't save, and that's what we mean by the complete saving. The world-honored one possesses these 10 virtues mentioned earlier. This is the world-honored. People respect him. All respect him. He has such wisdom and virtue, which is why he is called the world-honored one. Just like us now, titles show honor. World-honored one means respect. Adding a world-honored one means someone who is respected by all in the world. This meaning is quite broad and profound. Prayers, eternal life. That was in that era. The life of the Buddha. The people of that era were very fortunate. The lifespan that the Buddha manifested must be the same as that of the general public. For instance, Siddhartha Gautama appeared in our world 3,000 years ago. He actually lived to be 79 years old. That's the reality. We usually say that the Buddha lived for 80 years. I'm 79 years old. Living for 80 years, we Chinese refer to it as a virtual age of 80. This annotation of 80 years refers to the Buddha teaching for 49 years. So this shows that Siddhartha Gautama's actual lifespan is quite similar to that of us ordinary folks. From this we understand this achievement of the Tathagata. At that time, beings had great blessings and long lifespans. From this, we can see that in his time and place, the beings had great blessings. Before he became a monk, he was a small king. The meaning is to guide others by practicing the 10 wholesome deeds for the benefit of all beings. So this kidney failure. All achievements lead to the Tathagata. This Buddha, before he became a monk. This was recent. He became a Buddha. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a very long time to cultivate and become a Buddha. This is about talking about the matters of the distant past and the causes behind. He was a small king. Using the past as a reference, these two pasts are quite rare in neighboring countries. They are all really good pasts. Practicing wholesome deeds benefits all beings. What methods do they use to govern the country? They govern the country using the 10 wholesome paths. This is really rare. Old aunt is all about helping others. The past is always about hoping for the people's lives can live well. The people can truly benefit. Living very happily, very fulfilling. It's abundant. It can't be established, yet it can be very abundant, whether materially, spiritually. Everyone can achieve satisfaction. That's what you call benefiting others. The expanded past, the heart was really very kind. Actually, in the neighboring country, all the people are creating heavy burdens. the countries that border Lingguo. The people inside have achieved great things, and these regions are doing well. The Confucian standards are based on 3 principles. The past was well taught. So in ancient times, the Confucian standards were based on 3 principles. You see, Zhan or in, Zhuji Zhan refers to king. You are leader of the country. Still, it's taken lightly. Leaders are like the parents of the people. Yeah. You should treat the people of the nation with the same love and care that parents have for their children. Treat the people like your own children. You have to protect it. You need to nurture them. You also need to be selfless, as you are the teacher of the people, their role model, their example. This is what makes the best leader. Let the people of the whole country. When you think about it, it's about blessings. It's about the blessings of the leaders, and if they teach well. It's all about setting an example. You see past. The place where the emperors reside is called Jinsai. Jing means big. 4 is the model city. Yeah. Cities across nation. Take him role model, use him example. Sai, yeah. What a lovely name, eh? The intention is good. So we shouldn't underestimate the absolute rule of the emperors in the past. Yeah, underestimating it is a mistake, mate. Today, let's go have a look inside the Beijing Palace. You see the places where they handle affairs in the palace? This place for business is called the Great Hall. The Great Hall is where the emperor holds meetings and conducts official business. What's that place? The Hall of Supreme Harmony. Behind the Hall of Supreme Harmony is the Hall of Central Harmony. Behind that are the 3 main buildings, the Hall of Preserving Harmony. What mindset do they use in the Halls of Harmony? What kind of mindset when faced with the whole nation? The people. Using river. The people are in harmony and the whole country is in peace. How can this country not be prosperous? In Buddhism, we talk of the 6 harmonies and the 3 harmonies. The sages from both this world and the next all teach us to value harmony, mate. We need to understand meaning. So this is truly a wise and virtuous ruler, yeah. If he is this successor, if Hu Yi can stick to it, then it will last forever. How could it perish? It's later generations who don't follow it. How could it perish? The later generations who don't follow it. If they commit crimes, the country and regime will fall. We really need to understand this principle. Yeah, these 2 kings, they did well, so their country was governed really well. But if you look at other countries out there, it's a different story, mate. The people create their own troubles. Yeah. Create trouble, pay. Well, time's up for today, so we'll leave it here. Amitabha, 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 Amitabha,
Amitabha, Amitabha, Amitabha, Amitabha, Amitabha, Amitabha, Amitabha. 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 Amitabha.